Kitchen, we're cooking up some good food. In fact, Ben's going to be in here in a little bit. Kyle Ketchup, one of my favorite chefs here from the Spiced Pear. How are you, my friend?
Doing excellent.
And we were just talking, and you said to me off camera, there's a theme when you come. It's always a lot of pork. And I looked at there, and I looked at that, and I said, what's that? And he said, it's bacon. I said, pork. So,
you gotta love it.
What do we got today, big guy?
Today we're gonna do a celebration of the season for fall. It is Nantucket Bay Scallop time of the year.
Oh.
So we're gonna do some seared Nantucket Bay Scallops.
Gonna be wrapped in bacon.
No, we're gonna just serve it with a big piece of double smoked braised bacon. So we took slab bacon and we braised it off and then we smoked it.
Okay.
So we double smoked it for a reasonable amount of time, twice in our little smoker at the hotel. Then we're gonna just showcase some baby Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, and we did a little mousseline. Fancy French word for mashed potatoes.
Okay.
But it's actually made out of parsnips. And then we'll serve it with a little sherry wine reduction.
Okay. Now, is the French potato better than our potato?
Well, it's not even a potato. It's actually just parsnip mashed potatoes. You know, the word mousseline just means mash with cream and lots of butter and stuff.
So this is going to be fantastic. I'm going to love this. And after it's all done, I'm going to want to lay down and bust open my belt and just lay there and go, ah. Right?
I think you'll enjoy it. This is one of the dishes we're featuring for our Thanksgiving menu at the Spiced Pear. 4 courses, $69.
Can't beat that with a stick.
No.
All right, we're going to come back in a minute, all right?
Sounds great.
Kyle Ketchum, thank you so much. Back to you guys.
How are the scallops?
You know, we haven't started cooking them yet, but we will in just a moment. But first, I just wanted to talk to Chef Kyle from the Spiced Pear because you guys are really known for your excellence in cuisine. And you guys change over your menu with the seasons, isn't that right?
Yes, we do.
So what are you featuring right now on the menus?
Right now we're doing a lot of winter, early fall items. We're doing we're featuring a lot of the produce. It's still produce out there. Butternut squash, Brussels sprouts.
Love squash.
We're roasting spaghetti squash with a little bourbon-flavored maple syrup.
That's one of my favorites. I love that.
It's a wonderful dish. Once we put that on the menu, I'd say within 3 days I had 5 letters where people were asking me for recipes.
Yeah, how you do it, right, yeah.
So it's a wonderful thing.
Now, this is the other thing. When you get a little taste of the Spiced Pear, you start thinking, I wish I could just plan a whole holiday meal around this. And you can, especially with Thanksgiving coming up. You know, are you guys all booked up, or are there still a couple spots?
As I always say, we will keep the restaurant open for anyone that wants to come.
Wow.
We're doing a good amount of business, but I always want more. Please come. It's a wonderful time of the year for us.
And so what do you have? I know you told Vince a little while ago. What was it? It was like $69.95 for like.
It's $69. Okay. I try not to do something so traditional.
Okay.
We're featuring Thanksgiving items on the menu, like your classic turkey dinner.
Good.
But what we're going to do is a turkey 2 different ways. We're going to braise the breast, and then we're going to confit the leg quarters. So we call it turkey 2 different ways, and we're doing it with a little chestnut stuffing. But with our menu, you don't just get turkey. We have it's a prefix menu, so you get 3 different starters, a choice of 3 different starters.
Yeah.
Then you get a choice of 3 different entrees. One of the other entrees is European turbo with braised pork cheeks. And then we also have another entree, which I don't remember, but it's a wonderful thing.
Well, I tell you one thing, this is what I do remember out of all that. You do not want for options at the Spiced Pear. Chef Kyle, thanks so much. We're going to come back in here and start making these sea scallops. But for now, back over to you.
Oh, sounds so good.
Welcome back to the Road Show. This morning in the kitchen, I'm, of course, already eating. And I thought I was eating mashed potatoes here. But Chef Kyle tells me that this is actually parsnips, and I went, it's what? And he goes, it's parsnips. And Ben goes, oh yes, the parsnip. It's in the turnip family.
Part of the turnip family.
Showing me up already in the kitchen.
I gotta show you. I know what I'm doing in here.
Do you know what you're doing?
No, not at all.
Neither do I.
I know that. I think that's a part of the turnip family.
I can't believe you knew that. That was very interesting. Now, why did you do this, Chef Kyle? The parsnips instead of mashed potatoes. It's got a heavenly flavor. I gotta tell you.
I just wanted something that would highlight and talk about the season of the fall. Parsnips are considered a very hearty, wintry fall vegetable, so I wanted to do something different. It's just a wonderful, sweet flavor.
Do those scallops move?
No, that was me. That was
all right.
me.
Oh my gosh. All right. Good. Phew.
That's a little scary.
So tell me. So you just wanted to highlight a vegetable that you'd find seasonally?
Yes, I did.
I love that.
So what we're going to do, we're going to sear up some Nantucket scallops.
Put Ben to work.
All right, I'm ready. Sleeves are already rolled up.
Yeah,
you can't burn anything. This is a very hot pan.
Easy.
Okay.
We get it nice and hot. We're going to take half the scallops. We're not trying to feed an army.
Do I hear the ocean up here? What? Oh, that's a nice sizzle. Now, Chef Kyle, these scallops are actually smaller than what I've seen usually. Why is that?
Well, these are Nantucket Bay Scallops. They're grown off the coast of Nantucket. They're indigenous to the area. They're very seasonal. When the water starts getting really cold, they start harvesting them, and they just provide a very wonderful and sweet flavor. They're usually available, I'd say, November to maybe March. Or actually, no, it's November to late January at the end. So they're just an amazing product.
And Ben, you love scallops, right?
I do. I'm a big seafood guy. Being from Rhode Island, gotta be a seafood guy.
Yeah.
And I love scallops. And I actually do like the size of these.
Oh, wait,
sometimes the big ones.
What do you
are
call them? What do you call them?
Scallops.
Oh, I thought you were going.
I may have said
scallops.
scallops. I think I did. You caught me.
It's
I
the
like
Rhode
that, though.
Islander
That's
in you.
authentic.
It is.
All right, so how long do we have to cook these for? Not very long, right?
No, you're just going to caramelize them. You throw them in the pan, a very hot pan, a little bit of oil, allow them to brown.
Okay.
You're going to flip them over. They'll cook in about 2 seconds. While that's cooking, we're going to take our little braised bacon.
Mr. Culinary Arts, did you recognize that was bacon?
No, I thought it was pork.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Because
It's thick.
I mean, it's not like the bacon I get in the grocery store when I make it with my eggs, right?
No, well, actually, it's the same thing, but it's just the
Different
full.
cut?
It's the full side of the bacon.
Okay.
Before they slice it so paper thin and charge you so much more.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, it's not this big when you order an omelet at a restaurant. That's for sure.
I wish it were, although, never mind. I won't get into it. But did you put it? You just let the bacon cook in its own kind of.
Well, we braised it. We took it, we seared it off,
Okay.
and then we just made a little bit of braising liquid with some wine, some stock, and vegetables, and slowly roasted it in the oven, and then we just took it from there.
Ben, look at that. Look at the color on those.
Ah, those look delicious.
So the scallops are caramelizing. We're going to just turn the pan down,
Okay.
or the stove down. We'll allow it to just keep browning. We got our bacon cooking from there. We're just going to lightly brown it to get a little color, bring out some of the smoky flavor. While that's cooking, the bacon, then I'll add a little bit of butter. We're going to start sweating the Brussels sprouts.
I'm sweating already.
It's a butternut squash, and then we're
Okay.
going to add a little Brussels sprouts right after that.
When you say sweating something, what does that mean?
To slowly cook on moderate heat to allow some of the flavors and the aromas to come out.
Okay.
By adding the vegetables in the same pan with the bacon, now the vegetables are going to be able to pick up some of that flavor as well.
Very nice.
So it'll be good
Ben,
smoky flavor all around.
What were you going to say?
No, the color in here is amazing, and I think visually this seems like it would be a great meal.
Yeah,
I think
you're
that
right.
adds just as much to it when you think about it. When
Yeah,
something
when you look
visually
at it.
looks
Is that
great.
important, Kyle?
Of course.
Yeah.
People eat with their eyes first before they ever taste anything.
So
Why
true.
do people eat the Big Mac? It looks great.
It does look good, doesn't it?
It's not good on the hips, but
Tell me this, though. Brussels sprouts, and Ben, I don't know how you feel about Brussels sprouts, but I'm always like, Brussels sprouts go with like liver.
Liver and onions.
And onions and-
stuff your parents make for you to eat.
Exactly.
no, you just didn't have it prepared properly.
Oh,
Brussels
okay.
sprouts are
All
a
right.
wonderful vegetable. If you like horseradish or think of the
Yeah.
wasabi flavor,
Yeah.
they have a nice astringency, a little bitterness, a little heat. It's a wonderful flavor for it.
Now, we only have about less than a minute left. So what's the next step going to be?
Next step, we have our parsnip mousseline. We pre-made this ahead of time. We could never accomplish that during one show.
Okay.
All I did was take a bunch of parsnips, about 2 pounds, put it in a pot with a little bit of water and a little milk, a sprig of bay leaf, and fresh thyme, and slowly simmer them until they were fork tender. After that, we threw them in a little food processor and just pureed them, and some of the cooking liquid from the Brussels sprouts, from the parsnips, we pour it in there to cream it out and add a little more butter, and that's it.
And all that, of course, is on foxprovidence.com. We only have about 30 seconds left. Are we ready to play this out?
Yeah, I made it easier.
Somebody's hungry.
If you're ready to eat, we already have a plate right here.
Listen, am I ready to eat? I'm always ready to eat.
Look at that.
We got
see,
check out-
see the presentation?
We got
I
a plate
love
right
it.
there.
Beautiful.
Now, Ben,
The only thing that's missing, we'll add a little bit of the sherry
Stop
sauce.
hogging all that silver.
well, I'm going to give you this. Do you have your fork over there, Ben, or did you lose it already?
No, are you crazy?
It's a little sherry veal reduction.
Well, why don't you try that cherry veal reduction?
I'm
Enjoy
gonna.
it.
And I'm taking a scallop.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
And I'm going to try the Brussels sprout because I'm interested about what Kyle said.
That's delicious. You know what I like about this? I feel like a single guy could do this in his apartment,
it's
Of course you
quick.
can.
and it still looks amazing.
Chef Kyle, amazing.
Thank you
That's
very
what
much.
you got today. Thanks for being here from the Spiced Pear. And you can get the ingredients and recipe on foxprovidence.com. Michelle, you have to get in here for some of these scallops because it is heavenly.
Scallops, I like the big slab of bacon. It's one of those mornings, isn't it?